So good morning, all of you. Now is the screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So till now, only 33 students are here. We will wait for 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes, we will start. So let's start. So we are studying the structural geology. In the structural geology, we have discussed till now various structures. In that, we have seen the structures like outcrop, strike, deep, fold, faults, different with its different types and its civil engineering significance, etc. Now today we are going to start the new structure which is generally present in the rock, and that structure is considered as an unconformity. Okay, unconformity. So in this topic, under this unconformity title, we are going to discuss like fold and fault, the meaning of unconformity and its types and its engineering significance, etc. Okay. So starting with the word unconformity, it what what will be the general meaning of this word unconformity? It is completely opposite to the conformity. Okay. So can anybody told me the meaning of conformity? What is the meaning of conformity? Conformity, unconformity. Okay. So we will start with the definition. It is an erosional surface which separates younger series of rocks from the older series. This is the simple and exact meaningful definition of the unconformity. Okay. So what is meaning of unconformity? It is an erosional surface which separates younger series of rocks from the older series. Okay. So here various uh, the various words are important. That is, first one is the erosional surface, younger series, and older series. These three phrases are important here. Now, it is an erosional surface which separates the younger series from older series. Now, I will explain it how, or we will see first the second definition of the unconformity. It is a surface of erosion or non-deposition within a sequence of rocks which indicate a gap or an interval time in the geological history. Okay, so as compared to this second definition, I think this first definition is easy for the understand. Now I will explain the meaning of both the definitions. Okay, no problem. Now first we will discuss the meaning of first definition. That is, it is an erosional surface which separates younger series of rocks from the older series. Now just wait. I will explain you with the mm, whiteboard. Now suppose this is the bottom of the river. Okay, this is the level of river water. Now we know that in the river water, various sediments are present. When that sediment settle down or deposited at the bottom of river, okay, various layers are formed of the sediments and they are converted into sedimentary rock. Okay, suppose here these various layers are present. This is the first layer, this is the second layer, this one is the third layer, and this one is the fourth layer. Okay, now can anybody told me from these four layer which layer is younger and which layer is older here? Which layer is younger and which layer is older? Hello.
First
May I
layer
what?
is
First layer is younger. Okay. And which is the older layer?
fourth layer. Fourth layer.
Fourth layer is older. Exactly correct. Now, this first layer is younger and this fourth layer is older. Why? Because we know that the layer which first formed, okay, the layer which is formed in the initial stage, that layer is always older, means the layer which is present at the bottom, it is older, and the layer which is present at the top side, it is younger. Okay, so these four layers are formed in this river. Now after some year, due to the atmospheric conditions or any other factors, this area get exposed to the atmosphere. Okay, means this area get exposed to the atmosphere. Now how it can get exposed? Because of the evaporation. When the water is completely when water completely evaporated. Now when water completely evaporated, then this area will expose to the atmosphere, and when this area exposed to the atmosphere, the process of weathering and erosion takes place. Okay, weathering and weathering and erosion will start. Now after weathering and erosion, what happens? This this top plane surface, this top, just a minute, we need to unmute. Okay. Now after weathering and erosion, this top surface of the rock, which is generally flat, it undergoes the weathering and erosion, and after weathering and erosion, just a minute, this top area will be converted into the irregular surface. Suppose this is the irregular surface, which is the effect of weathering and erosion. Okay. Now, just a minute, I will mark it with the different color. Now, this is the erosional surface after the weathering and erosion. Now, after time or after some interval, again this area will undergo water. Means after rainfall or other thing, the water will be available in this region, and this area will again undergo into the water. Now when this area is again undergo water, another layers of the rocks, suppose another layers of the rocks will be deposited in that area. Okay, now here the new layers will be deposited here that I have marked here. Suppose this is the A layer, this is the B layer, and this is the next C layer. Okay, so these A, B, C, three layers will be deposited, and these three layers will be formed. Now here two series are formed. Okay, series means groups of layers or groups of beds. ओके, या ठिकाणी आता दोन सिरीज तयार झालेले आहेत. ओके, आता सिरीज म्हणजे काय, ग्रुप ऑफ लेयर किंवा ग्रुप ऑफ बेड, याला आपण सिरीज म्हणतो. आता यामध्ये कोणती सिरीज तयार झालेली आहे, जस्ट मिनिट, आय विल शो यू. नाव हियर दिस फर्स्ट सिरीज, दिस सेकंड सिरीज इज देअर, and this one is the first series. Okay, now in the first series beds 1 2 3 4 are there, and in the second series beds ABC are there. Okay, two different series are formed. Now from these two series, can anybody tell me which one is the younger series and which one is the older series? Now you have to explain me the younger and older series, not a bed.
Second series is younger.
Yes, exactly correct. The second series is younger and the first series is older, like the beds. या बेड सारखंच या ठिकाणी जे मी तुम्हाला खाली एक्सप्लेन केलेलं होतं की 1 2 3 4 या बेड्स मध्ये 1 नंबरचा जो बेड आहे तो यंगर असतो, आणि जो 4th नंबरचा बेड आहे जो बॉटमला असतो तो ओल्डर असतो. सेम प्रिन्सिपल या ठिकाणी सिरीजच्या बद्दल सुद्धा अप्लाय होतं. जी सिरीज बॉटमला असते ती ओल्डर असते, जी सिरीज टॉपला असते ती यंगर सिरीज असते. ओके, सो these older and younger series are formed here. Now आता या ज्या सिरीज इथं तयार झालेल्या आहेत, यंगर आणि ओल्डर सिरीज, आता यापैकी आपल्याला काय बघायचं आहे, जस्ट मिनिट. Now we have to know the meaning of unconformity. आता अनकन्फॉर्मिटीचं मिनिंग मी तुम्हाला या ठिकाणी सांगितलेलं होतं की अनकन्फॉर्मिटी म्हणजे काय असतं. इट इज अन इरोजनल सरफेस which separates younger series of rocks from older series. ओके, तर यामध्ये जो इरोजनल सरफेस असेल, आता या ठिकाणी इरोजनल सरफेस कुठं असणार आहे, just minute, I will show you with another color. Okay, I will use here black color. So this is the erosional surface. Okay, which with irregular surface. Okay, हा जो रेड कलर मध्ये मी मार्क केलेला सरफेस आहे की जो काय आहे इरेग्युलर आहे, आणि या ठिकाणी तो ओल्डर सिरीज आणि यंगर सिरीजला काय करत असतो, सेपरेट करत असतो. Okay, it is the erosional surface which separates older series from the younger series. Okay, किंवा दुसरं मिनिंग काय होतं डेफिनेशनचं, दुसरी डेफिनेशन काय सांगितलेली होती की इट इज द इरोजनल सरफेस which is non-depositional, which shows the non-depositional gap or gap in between the deposition. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी हा जो अनकन्फॉर्मिटीचा एरिया आहे, अनकन्फॉर्मिटीचा एरिया काय इंडिकेट करतो की त्या ठिकाणी डिपॉझिशन मध्ये गॅप पडतो. म्हणजे पहिली सिरीज तयार झाल्यानंतर त्या ठिकाणी ती ऍटमॉस्फिअरला एक्सपोज होते. एक्सपोज झालं की त्या ठिकाणी वेदरिंग इरोजन स्टार्ट होतं. ओके, म्हणजे त्या ठिकाणी डिपॉझिशन स्टॉप झालेलं होतं, वेदरिंग इरोजन स्टार्ट झालेलं होतं. म्हणजे ज्या एरियावर जो एरिया तुम्हाला इरोजनल दाखवतो, डिपॉझिशन त्या ठिकाणी स्टॉप झालेलं असतं, अशा एरियाला सुद्धा त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही अनकन्फॉर्मिटी म्हणून कन्सिडर करू शकता. ओके, सो दिस इज द मिनिंग ऑफ अनकन्फॉर्मिटी. Okay, it is an erosional surface which separates younger series of rocks from the older series. म्हणजे एक सरफेस असा असतो की ज्या ठिकाणी ओल्डर आणि यंगर सिरीज काय केलेले असतात, सेपरेट केलेले असतात. त्या इरेग्युलर सरफेसला काय म्हटलं जातं किंवा त्या इरोजनल सरफेसला काय म्हटलं जातं, अनकन्फॉर्मिटी म्हणून त्याला कन्सिडर केलं जातं. ओके, नाव हॅव यू अंडरस्टँड द मिनिंग ऑफ अनकन्फॉर्मिटी?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will move further. That is the types of unconformity. Now, in the types of unconformity, there are three main types. One is the angular unconformity, second one is the disconformity, and third one is the non-conformity. Okay, so these are the three important types: angular unconformity, disconformity, and non-conformity. So we will see meaning of each type of the unconformity now. Now, first we will see angular unconformity. Okay, angular unconformity. Now, what is the meaning of angular unconformity? It is an erosional surface separating older rocks which are folded or inclined from overlying younger rocks which are horizontal. Okay, the rock beds on opposite sides are not parallel to each other. सिंपल आहे की तुम्हाला डायग्राम बघितल्यानंतर सुद्धा या ठिकाणी समजून येईल. ओके, meaning of this type of the unconformity. Now, what are the key important points from this definition of the angular unconformity? Look at the word. Just a minute, I will activate here. Now, erosional surface which separates older series which is folded or inclined and overlying younger which are horizontal. Now, first I will show you the erosional surface or so here this black line which is indicated here, just I will convert it into red color line. So here this red color line is considered as a angular unconformity. Okay, so this red color line is considered as a angular unconformity. Now, what is the meaning of this angular unconformity? Just wait here. Older rocks. Now we know that from this, the rocks which are below this unconformity are older rocks. Okay, the rocks which are present below the unconformity are always older rocks. Okay, and the rocks which are present above the unconformity, they are always younger rocks. Okay, so what you seen here, the older rocks, what is the attitude of older rocks or orientation of older rocks? Can anybody tell me what is the orientation of older rocks? How they are looking? Now, when you look here, they
Inclined
are
rock.
folded. Yes, inclined or folded. Now, when you look here, these are folded rocks or inclined rocks. Okay, so these rocks layers are inclined and folded like this. Okay, means when you look its dip direction. Now I think you know what is the meaning of dip direction. Dip direction means sloping direction. Sloping direction here, sloping direction is here, sloping direction is in this direction. Okay, so the older rocks which are present below the unconformity line, they are inclined rocks. means they are not exactly horizontal, they are folded. The one fold is formed. Now what is meaning of fold, that we have discussed now. And what about the younger rocks? ओव्हरलाईंग म्हणजे काय, की ओल्डर सिरीज वरती तयार झालेले जे रॉक असतात त्यांना ओव्हरलाईंग रॉक्स म्हणतात. सो ओव्हरलाईंग रॉक्स आर ऑलवेज यंगर रॉक्स. अँड सी इट्स ओरिएंटेशन. नाउ व्हॉट यू ऑब्झर्व हिअर इन द ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ द यंगर रॉक. So younger rocks are generally horizontal. Okay, younger rocks are generally horizontal. And what is the another meaning? What is the another important thing? The rock beds on opposite sides are not parallel to each other. Now opposite sides. Now which are the opposite sides? This is the angular unconformity, which is marked in the red color line, and the opposite side rocks means these top rocks and these bottom rocks. When you look its orientation, the younger rocks are horizontal and the older rocks are inclined. That's why they are not parallel to each other. Okay, opposite sides, top side younger and bottom side older rocks are not parallel to each other, because younger rocks which are present above the unconformity are horizontal in direction, and the older rocks which are present below the unconformity, they are inclined. That's why both the opposite side rocks are not parallel to each other. Okay, so such a type of the unconformities are considered as an angular unconformity. ओके, या टाईपची जी अनकन्फॉर्मिटी असते त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं, अँग्युलर अनकन्फॉर्मिटी म्हणून त्याला कन्सिडर केलं जातं. ओके, नाउ हाऊ दिस अँग्युलर अनकन्फॉर्मिटी इज फॉर्म. आता ही अँग्युलर अनकन्फॉर्मिटी कशी तयार होत असेल रॉक्स मध्ये ते तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेन करतो. जस्ट मिनिट, आय विल एक्सप्लेन. सेम प्रिन्सिपल की या ठिकाणी घ्यायचं आहे आपल्याला, की सपोज दिस इज द बॉटम ऑफ रिव्हर बेड. ओके, अँड दिस इज द water surface. Various layers are deposited here. Suppose this is the first layer deposited, this is the again second layer deposited, this is third layer, this is the fourth layer. These four layers are deposited one by one. Okay, so this is the first, this is the second, this is the third layer, and this is the fourth layer. Now after evaporation, what happen, the water will evaporated and this area get exposed to atmosphere. After when this area exposed to atmosphere, this top surface of the rock is converted into irregular surface. Okay, so generally this irregular surface is considered as a the unconformity. ओके, हा जो या ठिकाणी ऍटमॉस्फिअर मध्ये एक्सपोज झालेला सरफेस असेल इरेग्युलर, त्याला काय म्हटलं जाईल, अनकन्फॉर्मिटी. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर सम years or after interval of time, the pressure will created from bottom. Okay, बॉटम कडून जर या एरियावरती प्रेशर क्रिएट झाला, तर बॉटम कडून कोणतं प्रेशर या ठिकाणी क्रिएट होणार आहे, तर सपोज दी प्रेशर ऑफ मॅग्मा. ओके, मॅग्माचं जर प्रेशर बॉटम कडून या रॉक्स वरती अप्लाय झालं तर काय होणार आहे, these all rocks are converted into fold like structure. बॉटम कडून मॅग्माचं प्रेशर क्रिएट झालं किंवा या साईडनं लेफ्ट साईडने आणि राईट साईडनं प्रेशर अप्लाय झालं, दोन्ही साईड कडून जर प्रेशर अप्लाय झाली, तर हे जे हॉरिझॉन्टल रॉक्स असतील ते कशामध्ये कन्वर्ट होणार आहेत, फोल्ड लाईक स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये कन्वर्ट होतील. नाउ हाऊ दे विल कन्वर्टेड इनटू फोल्ड लाईक स्ट्रक्चर, जस्ट मिनिट, आय विल एक्सप्लेन, आय विल ड्रॉ द डायग्राम. नाउ these rocks will be converted into these fold like structure. Okay, and this erosional surface which was earlier at the top will look like this. Okay, so again this will be first layer, this will be the second layer, this will be the third layer, and this will be the fourth layer after folding. Okay, now after some years this area will again undergo water. Okay, after some year this area will be again undergo water. Now after uh, when this area undergo water, after deposition of the new layer. Okay, new layers will be deposited here. Suppose on this rock, suppose this will be the first layer. Okay, this will be the second layer, this will be the third layer, this will be the fourth. Okay, so various layers will be deposited here. Suppose this is the A layer, this is the B layer, this is the C, this will be the D layer. Okay, various layers will be deposited here. Now here, when you look here, this is the erosional surface which present in between the younger series and older series. Okay, just wait, I marked it. So this erosional surface which separates younger and older series. Now here, this series and this series both are different series. Okay, so the series which is above the unconformity is younger, and the series which is below the unconformity is older. Okay, so here, when you look carefully, this structure is considered as an angular unconformity. Okay, so the angular unconformity which I have marked here, it is angular unconformity. Okay, so by this process the angular unconformity is formed. Now have you understand how the angular unconformity is formed? Have you understand? Now here in this picture you can clearly see the angular unconformity. Now here I have explained the process of formation of unconformity. Okay, अनकन्फॉर्मिटी कशी तयार होते या ठिकाणी मी तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेन केलेलं आहे की या ठिकाणी जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर सुरुवातीला जर तुम्ही बघितलेलं असेल तर सुरुवातीला काय होतं की बेड्स असे डिपॉझिट होतात वॉटरच्या खाली, त्यानंतर ते अपलिफ्ट होतात. अपलिफ्ट झालं की त्यांचं इरोजन होतं, इरोजन होऊन हा इरेग्युलर सरफेस या ठिकाणी तयार होतो. पुन्हा वॉटरच्या खाली गेले की दुसरे लेयर्स त्याच्यावरती तयार डिपॉझिट होतात आणि दोन सेपरेट सिरीज या ठिकाणी तयार होतात. टॉपची हॉरिझॉन्टल असते आणि बॉटमची सिरीज जी असते ती इन्क्लाइन सिरीज असते. ओके, both series are not parallel to each other here. That's why such a type of the unconformity is considered as an angular unconformity. Okay, now second type of the unconformity we are going to discuss now. It is the disconformity. Okay, disconformity. Now it is a type of unconformity in which the beds above and below it are parallel to the unconformity. Okay, the beds below the unconformity and the beds which are above the unconformity are parallel to each other. Okay, the younger and older beds are separated by wavy erosional surfaces, and both younger and older beds are generally parallel to each other. Now here, what you in this diagram you can clearly see the disconformity. or this is the another meaning of the disconformity. This is an unconformity between parallel layers. It indicates a gap in time and is often hard to identify. Some identifying features are an irregular surface and inclusions within the rock. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this disconformity that I have explained? Now, the difference between angular and disconformity is that angular unconformity मध्ये आपण काय बघितलेलं होतं की अनकन्फॉर्मिटीच्या टॉपचे आणि बॉटमचे रॉक एकमेकाला पॅरलल नसतात. बॉटमचे म्हणजे ओल्डर रॉक इन्क्लाइंड असतात किंवा फोल्ड लाईक स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये कन्वर्ट झालेले असतात आणि टॉपचे जे रॉक्स असतात दी रॉक्स विच आर प्रेझेंट अबोव दी अनकन्फॉर्मिटी they are horizontal means in the angular unconformity we have seen that no both the series that is younger and older series are not parallel to each other, but here in the second type of the unconformity which is known as the disconformity, the younger and older series are always parallel to each other. Okay, now here when you look here in the first stage these four layers are deposited. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Now after some years this area get uplifted due to the pressure acting from bottom side. Now after upliftment the layers number 3 and 4, the layer which was present third and 4 will undergo weathering and erosion and completely they are vanished. म्हणजे हा एरिया अपलिफ्ट झाल्यामुळे काय होतं की वेदरिंग इरोजन मुळे थर्ड आणि फोर्थ लेअर जो होता तो त्या ठिकाणी निघून गेलेला आहे. फक्त फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड लेअर त्या ठिकाणी शिल्लक राहिलेले आहेत. ओके, आणि या ठिकाणी हा वेदरिंग इरोजन मुळे हा इरेग्युलर सरफेस या ठिकाणी तयार झालेला आहे. नाव आफ्टर सम इयर काही वर्षानंतर पुन्हा हा एरिया हा पाण्याच्या खाली गेलेला आहे. पाण्याच्या खाली गेल्यानंतर पुन्हा नवीन लेअर्स या ठिकाणी डिपॉझिट होतात. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी 6 आणि 7 नंबरचा लेअर या ठिकाणी डिपॉझिट झालेला आहे. ओके, आणि लेअर डिपॉझिट झाल्यामुळे या ठिकाणी हा जो सेकंड लेअरच्या वरचा जो इरेग्युलर सरफेस होता तो तसाच वेव्ह लाईक स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये तयार होतो. वरचे यंगर सिरीजचे रॉक म्हणजे या ठिकाणी 6 आणि 7 नंबरचे जे रॉक दिसतात ते यंगर सिरीज आहेत. ओके, just wait, I will write here. This is the younger series and these first two which are present below the unconformity, it is older series rocks. Now look the orientation of the younger and older series rocks. Now when you look orientation, the all the layers that is first, second, 6, 7, all the layers are generally parallel to each other. Okay, so this is the meaning of disconformity. डिस्कन्फॉर्मिटीचं मिनिंग काय आहे की अनकन्फॉर्मिटीच्या बॉटमचे म्हणजे ओल्डर रॉक्स मधले बेड आणि यंगर रॉक्स मधले बेड हे नेहमी एकमेकाला कसे राहतात, पॅरलल असतात. ओके, दॅट्स वाय पॅरलल असल्यामुळं इट इज नॉट इझी टू आयडेंटिफाय दी अनकन्फॉर्मिटी इन दी सिक्वेन्स. त्यामुळं तो जो सिक्वेन्स त्या ठिकाणी तयार झालेला असेल त्या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला इझिली ते आयडेंटिफाय करता येत नाही अनकन्फॉर्मिटी. लाईक दी अँग्युलर मध्ये तुम्ही इझिली आयडेंटिफाय करू शकता की कोणत्या ठिकाणी अनकन्फॉर्मिटी आहे, कारण त्या ठिकाणी लगेच लक्षात येतं की ओरिएंटेशन वरून ओल्डर रॉक जे असतात ते इन्क्लाइंड असल्यामुळं आणि टॉपचे रॉक हे यंगर रॉक हे हॉरिझॉन्टल असल्यामुळं त्या ठिकाणी इझिली तुम्ही ते आयडेंटिफाय करू शकता. बट it is not easily identified in the disconformity because the younger and older rocks all are parallel to each other. Okay, so this is the meaning of disconformity. Now the third type of the unconformity is the non-conformity. Okay, आता नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी काय आहे ते तुम्हाला सांगतो. आता नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी जर बघितलं तुम्ही तर अगोदरच्या ज्या दोन अनकन्फॉर्मिटी बघितल्या त्या दोन्ही अनकन्फॉर्मिटी मध्ये ओल्डर रॉक्स मध्ये आणि यंगर रॉक्स मध्ये, ओल्डर सिरीज मध्ये आणि यंगर सिरीज मध्ये दोन्ही मध्ये layered rocks present होते. Different layers are formed in the older series and in the younger series also. But here in the non-conformity, the older rocks means the rocks which are present below the unconformity, they are non-layered rocks. आता non-layered rocks कोणते असतात? Generally the igneous rocks are considered as a non-layered rock, means homogeneous, like granite. Granite doesn't show the layers. Okay, so such a type of the granite rocks are present as a older rocks below the unconformity, and above that granite, the layered horizontal rocks are deposited or settled down. That's why the disconformity is formed between non-layered and layered rocks. Okay, so the unconformity which separates layered and non-layered rocks, that unconformity is considered as a non-conformity. Okay, now just a minute. Here, when you look here, this is the process of first we will see the meaning of non-conformity. Now, when you look here, the meaning of non-conformity, when bedded sedimentary rock, bedded means different, having different layers. Such a rocks are considered as a bedded sediment rock, having different layers. Now, when bedded sediment rock overlie the non-bedded homogeneous massive metamorphic or igneous rock, okay, the structure is called non-conformity. आता जे तुम्हाला सांगितलं की ज्या वेळेस असे लेयर्ड रॉक, म्हणजे या ठिकाणी जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला क्लिअरली बघायला मिळेल की या डायग्राम मध्ये तुम्हाला अनकन्फॉर्मिटी सुद्धा बघायला मिळेल. इथं जर बघितलं तर हा अनकन्फॉर्मिटीचा सरफेस आहे. सो दिस इज द surface which is indicated here with the red color. It indicates the non-conformity area, and look carefully above and below this unconformity. Now the rocks which are present below the unconformity, these rocks doesn't show any layer. Okay, so these rocks doesn't show any horizontal layer. One single homogeneous rock is present. फक्त एकच सिंगल होमोजिनियस रॉक प्रेझेंट आहे. बेस्ट एक्झाम्पल ग्रानाइट. ग्रानाइट या कॅटेगरीमध्ये येतो. आणि वेन यू लुक अबोव द अनकन्फॉर्मिटी, नाउ वेन यू लुक अबोव द अनकन्फॉर्मिटी, various horizontal layers are present. Okay, so such a type of the structure is present, then such a type of the structure is considered as a non-conformity. या टाईपचं जे स्ट्रक्चर तयार होतं अनकन्फॉर्मिटी मुळे, त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं? नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी म्हणून त्याला कन्सिडर केलं जातं. ओके, सो इट इज ए कॉन्टॅक्ट बिटवीन यंगर स्ट्रॅटिफाईड रॉक. आता यामध्ये यंगर म्हणजे कोणते रॉक? अनकन्फॉर्मिटीच्या वरचे जे रॉक्स असतात ते यंगर असतात. अँड स्ट्रॅटिफाईड मीन्स हॅव्हिंग लेयर. द मिनिंग ऑफ स्ट्रॅटिफाईड इज दॅट हॅव्हिंग लेयर. दॅट व्हेन यू लुक द अबोव रॉक, दे आर विथ लेयर. अँड ओल्डर अंडरलाईन म्हणजे अनकन्फॉर्मिटीच्या खालचे रॉक्स कसे आहेत? मॅसिव्ह इग्नियस और मेटामॉर्फिक रॉक. मॅसिव्ह म्हणजे विदाउट लेयर. ओके, द मिनिंग ऑफ मॅसिव्ह इज दॅट विदाउट लेयर. ओके, so here the process of formation of the metamorphic rock is easily given. Now first the igneous rocks are formed having the such a type of the irregular surface. When these igneous rocks undergo water, then after undergo water, various due to deposition, various layers are deposited here. Okay, so this is the area when it undergoes water. After undergo water, various layers of the sediments are deposited here. Okay, that's why the bottom unlayered rocks and the top rocks are with horizontal layers. Such a two different series are formed, and the area which separates the younger and older rocks. This area, which is here, I have marked in the green color. This area is considered as a non-conformity. आता नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी काय करते की बॉटमचे अनलेअर्ड रॉक्स म्हणजे एकच होमोजिनियस रॉक असतो तो आणि त्याच्या वरचे जे हॉरिझॉन्टल सेडिमेंटरी रॉक्स असतात ते या दोन्हींना ती नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी काय करत असते सेपरेट करत असते ओके सो दिस इज द मिनिंग ऑफ नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी 3 टाईपच्या अनकन्फॉर्मिटी आहेत पहिली अँग्युलर मध्ये काय लक्षात ठेवायचं अनकन्फॉर्मिटीच्या बॉटमचे रॉक इन्क्लाइनड असतात टॉपचे रॉक हॉरिझॉन्टल असतात ओके जस्ट वेट now 3 type of the unconformities are there now in the first angular मध्ये काय लक्षात ठेवायचे बॉटमचे रॉक इन्क्लाइन टॉपचे रॉक हॉरिझॉन्टल डिसकन्फॉर्मिटी मध्ये both the top and bottom rocks that is younger and older series both are horizontal and parallel to each other and in the third type that is in the non-conformity remember that the rocks which are present below the unconformity they are without layers and the rocks which are present above the unconformity they are horizontal layered rocks okay so these are the 3 types of the unconformities okay now this point is very important now have you understand the meaning of unconformity the types of unconformity have you understand hello have you understand please give the reply yes or no hello may I audible
Yes, sir.
okay so from here I am going to show you the actual field photographs of the unconformities and you have to identify that unconformities now at certain places now काही ठिकाणी तुम्हाला सगळ्या टाईपच्या अनकन्फॉर्मिटी एकाच ठिकाणी बघायला मिळतात ओके now here you can see various types of the unconformities are present at one single area now here when you look here this is the first unconformity non-conformity ओके आता या नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटीच्या बॉटमला जर बघितलं तर हा ग्रॅनाइट आहे की विदाउट लेअर हा रॉक आहे आणि याच्या टॉपचे रॉक बघितले तर ते विथ लेअर्ड रॉक्स आहेत ओके सो दिस इज दी नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी टाइप ऑफ दी अनकन्फॉर्मिटी ओके या ठिकाणी जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर ही नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी आहे आता याच्या वरती एक इरोजनल एरिया तयार झालेला आहे आता या इरोजनल एरियाच्या जर बॉटमला तुम्ही बघितलं तर हे बॉटमचे रॉक्स कसे आहेत हे इन्क्लाइनड आहेत आणि याच्या टॉपचे रॉक्स जे आहेत ते कसे आहेत हॉरिझॉन्टल रॉक्स आहेत हे ओके ऑल आर हॉरिझॉन्टल दॅट्स वाय this unconformity is considered as a angular unconformity ही जी अनकन्फॉर्मिटी असेल या ठिकाणी या अनकन्फॉर्मिटीला काय म्हटलं जातं अँग्युलर अनकन्फॉर्मिटी म्हटलं जातं आता त्याच्यानंतरची अनकन्फॉर्मिटी जर बघितली तर ही या ठिकाणी जी मी ब्ल्यू कलरनं मार्क केलेली आहे ती ओके सो दिस अनकन्फॉर्मिटी which I have marked here in the blue color now look the orientation of the rock above and below all the rocks are generally horizontal and parallel to each other okay that's why this type of the unconformity is again considered as a disconformity now here again one more disconformity is there okay now in this unconformity you can again see that the bottom rocks and above the unconformity younger rocks all are parallel to each other okay so various types of the unconformity may be present at a single place now these are the various field photographs of the unconformities now can anybody told me which type of the unconformity is this Which is the type of unconformity here?
Angular.
Yes, exactly correct. Good. Now this is the angular unconformity. Now here you can easily identify this is the area which I have marked here with the red color line. This is the angular unconformity. Now how can you identify it is angular? You look here, the older rocks are inclined or folded. यंग ओल्डर रॉक्स कसे आहेत असे फोल्डेड आणि इन्क्लाइन रॉक्स आहेत आणि टॉपचे रॉक्स बघितले तर ते मोर ऑर लेस कसे आहेत हॉरिझॉन्टल आहेत. ओके, दॅट्स वाय this is the type of unconformity which indicates angular type unconformity. Okay, now look at here, what is the type of unconformity here? This is the unconformity. Okay, now here when you look, the top rocks are horizontal and bottom rocks are also horizontal. So which is the type of unconformity? It is disconformity type. Okay, now look at here, the area which is marked with the red color, it indicates the unconformity area. Now when you look here, the top rock shows the horizontal layer. Okay, so this top rock shows the various horizontal layers, but in the bottom layer you didn't get any type of the layer. Okay, you can't get any layer, one single homogeneous rock is there. So which is the type of this unconformity? This is the non-conformity. ही तिसऱ्या टाईपची अनकन्फॉर्मिटी आहे, नॉन कन्फॉर्मिटी, की ज्याच्यामध्ये टॉपचे लेयर्स तुम्हाला हॉरिझॉन्टल लेयर्स दाखवतात आणि बॉटमचे लेयर्स जे असतात ते काय असतात, नॉन लेयर्ड रॉक्स असतात. ओके, नाउ अगेन व्हॉट इज द टाइप ऑफ दिस अनकन्फॉर्मिटी? कोणता टाइप आहे यामध्ये?
अँग्युलर.
येस, एक्झॅक्टली करेक्ट, अँग्युलर आहे. कारण या ठिकाणी जर बघितलं तर तुम्हाला इझिली आयडेंटिफाय होतं की बॉटमचे रॉक्स असे इन्क्लाइनड रॉक्स आहेत. ओके, आणि याच्या टॉपचे रॉक्स जे आहेत ते मोर ऑर लेस हॉरिझॉन्टल डायरेक्शन मध्ये आहेत. ओके, दॅट्स वाय इट इज अगेन टाइप ऑफ अँग्युलर अनकन्फॉर्मिटी. ओके, so here the topic or point related with the unconformity is finished. Okay, so we will